Hi Annette, it's Danny Price here from Priceless PT, and I'm just wanting to interview today because I just think you're an amazing inspiration for my team of girls, and you have such wonderful advice for us as well. And I was just wondering if you could start today with a bit of your story.
Well, it's lovely to see you, Danny, and thank you for this opportunity to chat to your girls. Because, I mean, look, my story is one of those ones where I'd been on a diet for most of my life, so I was basically cranky for the whole life because, you know, when you're on a diet, there's nothing good about it. And I had a photo taken of me at the beach. And it was me in a swimsuit at 100 kilos, and my very best friend on the planet took this photo, so I did forgive her because it was that aha moment in my life where I actually had that reality check of, honey, you've really got to do something about you. And so from that photo is when I decided that I needed to give up dieting, because, I mean, the first three letters of the word diet are die, and I felt like, you know, I had really not much of a life with that. I mean, I had a beautiful husband and kids, and my life was actually good, but the actual Annette, the healthy Annette, was not in existence. So that really changed my life, Danny, in more ways than I can imagine, and I think sometimes we can all reflect back on moments where we had that pivotal, like, you know, slap across the face thing. And that photo of me in the swimsuit, which is in my cookbooks for people to see, really changed my life because that's when I decided to become a healthy person and gave up dieting. And 20 months later, I was at my goal weight and I'd lost 35 kilos. And the good news is that I taught myself a lifestyle change opposed to a diet and became a healthy person. And I've been in my healthy weight range for 21 years.
That's fantastic, Annette. And I just find that so inspirational, and I believe exactly what you said. Like, it's all about a lifestyle change. It's not about, you know, starving yourself of different foods to get where you want to be, and just restricting yourself on life to be healthy, because healthy is having a good, wholesome life, isn't it?
And it's really, you know, funny how us girls, you know, you tell me I can't have a Mars bar. I haven't probably thought about a Mars bar in 3 months. But as soon as you tell me I can't have it, all I'm going to want is a Mars bar. So it was really about learning how to balance everything. And, you know, the whole part was learning how to cook fabulous food that was healthy, because I love to eat. And I just switched it over from being really unhealthy to low-fat, healthy recipes, and it was just the key to everything for me, that I was still able to really enjoy good, fabulous food, because the whole thing about being healthy, when you say that word, the first 4 letters are heal, and I think that's what we really can do with good, healthy food.
Yeah, I truly believe that too. I think that's exactly right. You know, you fuel your body with healthy food, and your body's going to thank you, and you just have so much energy, and you're so much more full of life, you know, adding that in with exercise and everything as well. So that's amazing, Annette. So what would be 3 of your biggest tips that you would like to give to the girls that are watching this video today on how, like, you know, they've been talking about making the changes, and oh yes, I'm going to make the change, and something that you just said before I really gelled with is that, you know, you have an amazing husband and you have amazing children, but Annette wasn't right. So, you know, there's women out there that, you know, they always think, oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow, I'm going to do it tomorrow. What are 3 tips that you would give them to start now, and why they should start now?
Okay, well, probably the first one that comes to my mind is about focusing on today. I think that if you have, whether you've got 5 kilos or 50 kilos to lose, doesn't matter. Just think about what it is that you can do today to be the very best you. And I find that really works for me because, you know, when you think about it, you go, oh gosh, you know, I've got so much to lose. You get overwhelmed and you get, like, you know, you just get a bit depressed over it. Whereas I just focus on today, like, what am I going to eat today? How will I exercise today? Like, what will I do so that when I go to bed tonight, I will be patting myself on the back going, great job, girl. And I think when you look at it like that, just day by day, bit by bit, whatever it is that you want to conquer, whether it be that, you know, it doesn't even have to do with your health. You can use this in any aspect of your life. You know, that if you just break it down bit by bit, baby steps, instead of looking at the massive journey ahead, just think of, what have I got to do today? So that's probably my number 1.
Yeah, I love that. Cool.
Probably
That's
number
awesome.
2, yeah, would be probably about owning your journey,
Mm.
like taking responsibility for your actions, because, I say to people, like I can have, something to eat in my hand, like say a lamington, but it's actually when I choose to put that lamington in my mouth that it could be a good or bad thing. So it's about taking ownership. Yes, you could blame that your husband was horrible today and that's why you had to eat half a packet of Tim Tams, but it never works. Eating for emotional reason never works. So don't, build food up to be this great thing on a pedestal, because it's just food. Yes, I love to eat it and everything like that, but don't give it, importance. Like, don't let it rule you. Just think, okay, I'm the boss. And some of the things you can do for that, Danny, would be thinking about cleaning out your pantry and your fridge of foods that really are tempting to you, or that when you're having a weak moment that they might, tempt you beyond your ability to cope. And so I, for example, love chips, and I found that if I brought them into the house, that they would talk to me. Like, I'd hear them rattling in the pantry as I walk by, I always thought I was a bit crazy. Now I know I am, because, we know they don't really talk. So it's all about that subconscious messages. So look at the language that you have and say to yourself, am I ever going to lose this weight, opposed to I am going to lose this weight. So it's just simple, like, instead of am I to I am. So it's about that responsibility. And talk to yourself in a really positive way. So, I mean, apart from that, just don't buy the bloody chips. I mean, no one needs them. And if they're not in the house, you've got to get your shoes on and go out the car to buy them. So, be kind to yourself a bit. So that's probably number 2.
Yeah, awesome.
Number 3 would probably be, gosh, there's so many tips that I could give, but I think that the most important part is really enjoying the journey. Look at all the positives about why you're doing it and what you're going to get out of it. I mean, I know, I was talking to someone recently and they said, oh, we always have fish and chips on Friday night. My husband brings it home from work, and so I get the night off. So now that I'm a healthy person, I'm not going to get that. And I go, well, you know what, would a healthy person eat fish and chips? From the fish shop, all greasy and battered and all that sort of stuff. And she goes, well, no. So I said, well, that's it. You're a healthy person now. Own that. Take responsibility, like tip 2. Yeah. But I used to just, think of the positives and think, well, okay, this gives me an opportunity now to try something different that's a healthier option. So maybe I would suggest to that person that they have Thai, get a nice Thai stir fry with some basmati rice or, jasmine rice. I mean, it'll be fantastic. Or cook your fish and chips at home and just forget about the fact that you've got a night off, because it's important for you on your weight loss journey. So it's really about strategies, planning, believing in yourself and looking for that positiveness. Like, I mean, to me, fish and chips on a Friday night occasionally is not a big deal. But if you're doing that every week, it could really stop you from achieving your healthy goals. And so that's not what I would suggest you do. So I'm not going to focus on the Friday night thing. Who cares? What I'd be focusing on is the fact that I'm going to get a new wardrobe out of this, hopefully, new clothes. I'm going to feel raw energy. I'm going to be able to get out of a chair easily. I'm going to be proud of myself. I'm going to feel really good about me. Is the fish and chips that big a deal? No, not really.
Yeah. That's awesome, Annette. They're just amazing tips. You're a woman after my own heart, so I just love that. I'll be able to turn around and say to my clients now, well, you know what, Annette Sym says it as well. So that's awesome, because it's exactly the type of thing that I talk about, and I love it. And you have so many amazing recipes in your book, Simply Too Good to Be True, because they are. And, I'd recommend anybody to grab at least 1 or 2 of them to get some recipe ideas if they're going on their health and fitness journey, definitely. So what would you, like, I think you've got 6 books now, is that correct?
Actually, no, I have 7. 7
Oh,
books.
sorry.
Yeah.
7 books.
Girl, what's going on here?
Yeah, sorry.
What's so great about those recipe books is that I just wished that I could have had those tools for me when I was losing my weight and becoming the healthy Annette. I had to create them because no one was doing it, and I love grilled fish and salad. It's very fabulous, but I was, you don't want to do that all the time. I wanted lasagna. I wanted, beautiful creamy Thai curries, and I'm sorry, but life is good with cheesecake. Yeah, you know what I mean? But,
Yeah.
Oh, hello. But the thing is, yeah, that's all right. With cheesecake, for example, it's normally about 40, 50 grams of fat a serve. I wanted to still have them, so I just made them 4 grams of fat so that it could be fitted into any healthy program. And the fact that all the recipes are approved by Diabetes Australia, Danny, this is not just about weight loss. This is about wellness and still having guilt-free food. I mean, if Bill, my husband, made a batch of cookies last week, from book 7, and I was so excited, and the girls in the office were really excited, and it's lovely to have those things without that, oh no, I can't have that. The difference is I had one with my cup of tea each day. The older Annette would have eaten half a dozen, and so this was learning portion control and just the whole thing about the recipe books is to give you the power and the tools, because there's everything you would ever want as far as a recipe that you would normally have, but just done the healthier way. So, I mean, the fact that I've sold 4 million of them tells me that they're good recipes. It's not just my ego saying, yes, they're fabulous. A lot of people are embracing the simply too good to be true way as well, which is awesome. I love it.
Yeah, that's so true. And you've got so many learnings there too, because, it's all about portion control, and it's about learning to make those choices yourself. And I really love the idea of owning your journey. You can't blame somebody else for the choices that you make, and that's in so many aspects of life. So that's just amazing. It's wonderful advice you've shared with us today, Annette. I just really appreciate you coming along and taking the time out to give us some of your wisdom. And yeah, thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to leave us with today, Annette?
I just think, when is the time that you will start? We always, as you said in the very beginning, we put it off. What's wrong with right now? You know what I mean? Just start now, because why waste it? Because, I know so many people that say, why didn't I do this earlier? I've wasted so much of my time. We only get one life. We only get one chance of this. So step up, make it happen, and just believe in yourself and why you're doing it. And if you wanted to go to my website, Danny, or any of your girls, I mean, there's lots of support there too. So if you go to www.simplytoogood.com.au, because I've got free programs there. There's lots of free stuff in there. I've got free ebooks as well, because we do love that free word. I just, come on, just start. That's it.
Yeah, I love it. And just a reminder to anybody watching this that Annette Simply is spelled S-Y-M, with a bit of a play with her last name. So when you're looking for it, it's S-Y-M-P-L-Y. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Annette. I can't wait to chat with you again soon.
Oh, look, that's